Everyone, my name is Satveer Dhillon, and I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Geography and Environmental Management at the University of Waterloo.
Hi, my name is Francesca Cardwell, and I'm a research associate at the University of Waterloo.
Today, Francesca and I will be sharing some FAQs in relation to our virtual research study titled A Social Prescribing Pilot for Individuals Living with Lupus.
Thanks so much, Satveer. So to start, I'm just wondering if you could tell me more about what is social prescribing.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, social prescribing is a holistic approach that really supports people's overall well-being by connecting them with non-clinical services or supports in their own community. So instead of focusing only on medicine or clinical treatments, social prescribing helps people find activities, programs, or supports that help improve their daily lives and well-being. So examples of these activities include art classes, volunteer opportunities, food programs, and social clubs. And it really makes sure that the factors that contribute to health and well-being are being considered so that we focus on what matters to you instead of what is the matter with you. And this approach has been implemented worldwide and has been shown to have positive impacts on people's well-being.
That's great. Thanks, Satveer. I keep seeing the term link worker, but I'm wondering if you could share what that means.
So link workers form the core of social prescribing, also known as community connectors or community navigators. These are individuals who work with participants to help address their non-clinical needs. So this may include working together to develop a personalized well-being plan, having regular follow-up conversations with participants, and connecting them to activities and/or people, such as virtual classes, discussion groups, book clubs, etc.
And why is this project important, and what's it actually really about?
So what we've learned is that there's so much research on social prescribing and the benefits to physical health and overall well-being, but there hasn't been a social prescribing program implemented to date that explicitly focuses on those living with lupus or any other autoimmune disorder. Now, we know that this is a huge gap as people living with lupus have unique social, physical, and emotional challenges, and there's a need to have tailored non-clinical supports available for those individuals. In addition, who knows better what people with lupus need other than people with lupus? So to address this gap, a team of researchers from the University of Waterloo, the University of Toronto, Lupus Canada, individuals living with lupus, and a rheumatologist from the University of Calgary have worked together to develop this research study. The main objective of the pilot is to create and implement the pilot and then assess the pilot's impact on participants' well-being using surveys, interviews, and focus groups. Now, because it is a pilot, it's a very small study that will be shaping as we move along. So it won't be a very big study. And that's because this has never been done before. So we do need to learn a few things before we can design a really big research project. So all the people involved in this project are really pioneers and have the opportunity to really shape what we're doing now and into the future for people with lupus.
Thanks so much. The pilot project sounds so interesting. I was wondering who is leading this research project?
So the core partner team is made up of a team of researchers from the University of Waterloo, University of Toronto, Lupus Canada, individuals living with lupus, and a rheumatologist from the University of Calgary, who are all working together to create this pilot. Now, this work will also form the basis of my PhD thesis, and I will be the main contact person if anyone has any additional questions. And if you would like to learn more about me, please feel free to visit my LinkedIn page. I will include the link on the screen, or send me an email, and I would love to chat and answer any questions you might have. My PhD supervisor is Dr. Susan Elliott at the University of Waterloo. The link to her website will be included on the screen and in other documents if you would like to learn more about her or the research and teaching that she does.
And how long will this run for if I choose to commit?
So the pilot itself will run for about 6 months and will require approximately 5 hours per week of your time if you're a link worker, and as much or as little time as you'd like if you're a participant.
And how many people will you be recruiting?
So we will have 35 individuals, 25 as participants, and 10 as link workers. However, we will maintain a waiting list just in case people are unable to continue their involvement.
Thanks so much, Satveer. And who can participate in this pilot?
So we are seeking individuals who are 18 years and older, who are living in Ontario right now, are living with lupus, are able to speak English, and have access to a laptop and internet connection.
And will people be screened before being invited to participate?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So all individuals who are interested and are able to participate will be asked to complete a screening form. So the purpose of this form is to screen for eligibility and to select a diverse group of participants. Now, as a reminder, individuals who are 18 plus living in Ontario, are living with lupus, speak English, and have access to a laptop and internet connection are able to participate. And I will be reviewing the screening forms and shortlisting potential participants, and I will then virtually meet with those individuals just to see if they have any questions. Now, our goal is to have a diverse sample in terms of age, gender, ethnic background, and educational levels. We do encourage everyone who is interested to apply, and if you're not invited to join the pilot, please know that this decision is not a reflection of you or your abilities. This is a pilot project, and we have very limited space and can only include a small number of participants at this time. There may be additional research opportunities in the future, and the screening forms will include a question asking whether you'd like to be considered for other research studies.
That's really helpful. Thanks, Satveer. And how will this pilot project work?
So after recruitment, link workers will be receiving training to ensure they're well equipped to take on this role. After the completion of training, we will be assigning 2 link workers to work with a group of 5 participants. The training and all of the activities will be virtual and will take about 8 to 10 hours. The training will be conducted over a period of 4 to 5 weeks. Now, once link workers are trained, we will hold a virtual meeting with the 2 link workers and each individual participant. Now, the goal of the first meeting is to complete the personalized well-being plan. Pick a few activities, such as cooking classes or art classes, online games, social support groups, and other similar activities, and decide how follow-up meetings will work. For the follow-up meetings, only 1 link worker will be required to attend. However, both link workers are more than welcome to attend. And it's really up to the link workers to create a schedule to distribute the workload just to meet everyone's needs.
And has this research been approved?
Yes, we have received ethics clearance from the University of Waterloo Research Ethics Board. If you would like more information, please contact me.
Thanks. And will this project help others living with lupus?
So our goal is to take the lessons learned and the insights from this project and use it to improve future versions of the pilot. As a result of this pilot, we have created tools that can be shared. For example, the Link Worker Training Toolkit, and we'll know if we've had some impact on well-being, so we can share all those measurement tools as well. Also, the data from this pilot, including the experiences of the link workers and participants, will contribute to the growing evidence base used to advocate for expanded support and funding for social prescribing.
That's great. So I am interested, but I'm wondering if you can tell me a little bit more about how I can decide whether I should participate as a link worker or as a participant.
I'm so happy to hear that you're interested. So to learn more about the differences between the 2 roles, we do encourage you to watch both FAQ videos and review our position description documents. I do want to point out that the link worker role does have a slightly higher time commitment due to the training involved, which will take around 6 to 10 hours, and the regular meetings with the research team. We do anticipate a 5-hour time commitment per week for 6 months. The participant role is about a 1 to 2 hour per week time commitment for 6 months, and it's really up to the participant to decide how much they would like to participate in the pilot. And in addition, think about the time that you'll be spending in the virtual or in-person activities as well.
Great, thanks. So what would be my role as a participant?
So you will be having regular virtual meetings with your assigned link worker. The first meeting will focus on creating a social prescribing plan that fits your well-being goals, followed by regular virtual follow-up meetings. Please note that the frequency and duration of the meetings will be determined by you and the link worker duo that's assigned to you. We do anticipate a time commitment about 1 to 2 hours per week, and you will also be asked to complete a survey before and after your participation in the pilot. Finally, you will be requested to undertake a 1-hour Zoom interview at the end of the 6-month pilot period, where you can share your experiences and your perceptions about the entire process. You will also be invited to the post-pilot deliberative dialogues, where you can learn more about the results of the pilot, share your experience, and have a say in the next steps. However, it is very, very important to note that participating in the study is not a substitute for medical advice.
Thanks so much, Satveer. And I'm wondering if you can just share a bit more about what does deliberative dialogue mean?
That's a great question. Not a lot of people know what that means. So deliberative dialogues is a structured group discussion that brings people together from various backgrounds. This could include researchers, policymakers, people with lived experience. And in a deliberative dialogue, we share the results of the research that we've done, so everyone who participates can see what we found out. Everyone involved in these dialogues will learn more about the topic, provide their opinions, and identify next steps for the work, which could include future areas of research and/or policy recommendations. For our deliberative dialogues, we will be using several different techniques to promote active listening and constructive conversation, just to make sure everyone's voice is heard.
That sounds so interesting. And can I change my mind about participating in the study?
Oh, of course. So participation is voluntary, and you can change your mind weeks, days, or even months in. You can always leave the pilot by just contacting me.
And what do I get out of this if I do participate?
So as a result of the pilot, you may feel better connected to your community and to other individuals living with lupus, potentially resulting in improved well-being. Also, you will learn about fun virtual and in-person activities you can participate in even after the completion of the 6-month pilot. And as a participant, you will be receiving a small financial token of appreciation for your participation.
Thanks. And what happens if I have questions?
So please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I would love to answer any questions or concerns you may have. And thank you so much for your interest in this pilot project.